just pretend an opportunity to have a friend, teacher, advisor, and motivator for preparation to Usmle exam in one person, without breaking between different books and applications for remembering everything you read. It would give an opportunity to increase effectiveness of preparations and take pleasure from every exercise without feeling lonely. I thought about restraints of creating something like using combinations and harmony of colors. On the basis of existing stuff, I have created conceptions of such program in spirit of minimalism. And this program is Usmle RX. Well-known interface, but now refined and fixed for need of hundreds of customers, aiming to save time and increase effectiveness and attractiveness of education. Left panel include Qbank, Flash Facts, flashcards, and RX Express video, and just below, access to favorite sections, forum and application settings, and possibility for quick connection. Main panel is located above. Music player. No more need in foreign applications for music. Quick search in all system. Basket for purchases of lectures and applications. Time manager for allocation of time and keeping a rhythm. Calendar. Notepad and something very interesting. Video calls. Let's look to homepage. Where is located Quick Messenger, where it's possible to communicate with conference or private correspondence. For newbies, in Usmle page consists answers to frequently asked questions of users. On the right, news from Usmle and RX. There is no more need to constantly drag sites for news. They are always available. You can not only read, but also read comments of other users, or even write your own opinion. Just below is located a window for different surveys, assessment of quality of new questions, everything for finding out opinions of customers. What if user will want another interface or main page? Now it's fully customizable. It's possible to choose design and colors you want, and even add different widgets to main page. All of that makes program very flexible and efficient. Let's look at possibilities of top panel. Time Manager will help to allocate time correctly. For bringing stick to plan of preparation or relaxation, will help allocate time independently or advise recommended plans. In order to don't miss every planned work and be up to date, I consider it correct to allocate time to 24-hour graphic and integrate timetable. Now you are informed about how much time left and what you have to do. Also, we can turn on alarm clock to get notifications about the beginning and the end of business. Also, application calculates free time and show it to us. Calendar is not ordinary calendar, but also assisting in allocation of work by week, where you can make notes, add notifications, and determine their importance and be up to date how much time left till exam.
Notepad helps to write volumetric texts, own experience of preparation and feelings, highlight facts, edit, save and print them.
Video calls. Probably the most essential feature preparation to exam. Now, there is no need in other programs for preparation with study partners. You can train with multiple people, create groups, communities, discuss complicated cases, explain them to others, and develop skills of public statement. All of that is pretty amusing, and chiefly you spend time not only for conversation, but also for education. And there is much more about video calls, and we will talk about this later. In order to be on the same way with other users, there is some necessary, in my opinion, socialization for interactivity. Now, every user has its own profile and personal page, where a user can publish his or her ideas and thoughts and share them with others, read newsline of friends, and join different groups. There is not anything extraneous or ads medicine. Moreover, it's possible to add own study plan, chat with friends, read posts with likes, and change profile settings. Thanks to practical design, left panel fills the less possible space. Qbank tab, with my choice mode, difficulty or questions, enable training mode and timer, choice discipline, check options and the results of previous tests. Performance tab contains known to ask question list, answer changes and new feature, advice from FA team, where it's possible to receive personal recommendations in consideration with achievements of well-known FA team. Test results are also very factual and are made as different charts, where it's available to dynamics in answers to questions for every discipline and observe improvements and deteriorations that allows us to trace our progress. Let's view top RX Express video. Everything is known and comprehensible. I have slightly changed design for interface appear like YouTube and added feature to rate and add comments for tracing material quality and improve video lectures. I also propose to replace all lectures with animated, more intelligible ones, without lectures drawing and explaining from hand. Besides, animated images are more effective than simple pictures, and it will make possible not to waste time for imaging mechanisms in head and interpreting material. Forum sections consist of training experience, study partner search, high-yield facts, questions and answers section, materials for preparation, mnemonics, discussion of board news. Simple interface without superfluous information prevent from digress from learning. All of this was introduction, as the casing is here. Let's try to solve a couple of cases. Here is a classical case about sudden loss of sensitivity
and vomiting, vertigo, nystagmus, decreased pain and temperature sensation from ipsilateral face and contralateral body, dysphagia, hoarseness, ataxia, dysmetria.
Sometimes beginner test taker, when facing with the difficult questions, find difficult to think our point to start looking for an answer, or it is difficult to find links in questions where one hesitates between two answers. At that moment, help of teachers that would prompt right direction and help to develop clinical thinking would be very useful. Now this opportunity will be available. Show tip will help to go right away and make you feel support of RX in preparation. Student will know that he has attended and for payment he received not only test, also advice and support. Yes, asked correctly with a hint. Next question. Sometimes we are terrified just by the view of graphs because a question may be a tricky one. We answer without being sure for 100%. D is correct answer. After hesitating between two options, we answered correctly, but we would like more pictorial step-by-step explanation, not just a graph with arrows. I propose to make more pictorial stepwise explanation for mechanisms, graphs and diagrams that would be possible to watch in dynamics, accompanied with sound explanation of every step. For instance,
isovolumetric contraction. This phase of the cardiac cycle begins with closure of the mitral valve at point A. During this period, the left ventricle is contracting and intraventricular pressure is increasing, but no blood is leaving the ventricle because both the aortic and mitral valves are closed. The pressure in the left ventricle continues to increase, and at point B, the systemic diastolic blood pressure is reached and the aortic valve opens. Ventricular ejection. This phase of the cardiac cycle is represented by the curved line between points B and C. It begins with the opening of the valve at point B and corresponds to the period during which blood is actively squeezed out of the ventricle into the systemic circulation. Isovolumetric relaxation. This phase of the cardiac cycle is represented by the line between points C and D. It begins with closure of the aortic valve at point C. The pressure in the ventricle decreases during this time, but no blood enters the ventricle because both the aortic and mitral valves are closed. Ventricular filling. This phase is represented by the line between point D and A. It begins with the opening of the mitral valve at point D as ventricular pressure drops below arterial pressure. Blood fills the ventricles during this time.
Also, we can send feedback, point out weak and strong sides for further quality improvements. Here we can add link not only to first aid book, but also to video lectures. Next question. Despite of easiness of question, 33% answer wrong from first attempt. For improving quality of assimilation, I suggest to add mini video clips for explanation of mechanisms, and saving time for reading, compartment with picture, and digestion of information.
Digoxin inhibits the sodium-potassium ATP-based membrane pump, resulting in an increase in intracellular sodium. The sodium-calcium exchanger, in turn, tries to extrude the sodium, and so doing, pumps in more calcium. Increased intracellular concentration of calcium may promote activation of contractile proteins, actin, myosin.
One of the main problems during solving tests is frequent search in the internet for materials that are not covered in Qbanks. For that, it's possible to use quick search. When you input in search bar, time automatically freezes, and search time will not be counted as used for answering tests. We will have a couple search options in RxBase with Google thanks to integrated browser, in other bases of high-yield sources such as Qbank, Galean, high-yield series, border view series, or even user notes. We will be able to find what we need, read and summarize without leaving tests and bisections, first aid, flashbacks and Qbanks. All of that is intended for saving time for searching information. Books for searches will be set in settings of program. Therefore, every user will be able to search in books he or she have, or have not, and will not miss anything important. Next question. I've promised to come back to video calls and tell about another feature. Now you have a unique option to answer tests with your study partner simultaneously in conference mode. And this is not the whole story, however. You can use drawing tools. For those who have input device, touchscreen or planchette, it's possible to explain mechanisms not only by words but also with pictures. As you may see, this new hybrid program for RX aims to increase preparation level as much as possible in consideration of last achievements of technologies and social world, removal of obstacles, and lays new groundwork for preparation, reaches every user, gives them what they want and what they need, because they need something more than just Qbank. They must feel support, find new friends, keep rhythm, study without limits. They need new RX with unique futures.